the specific course that you have joined for, whether it is fashion design or it's communication design, interior styling, communication, product, whichever course that you've joined, that is the domain-specific knowledge, which comprises of 80% of the curriculum. 10% we devote to School for Life, and 10% to technology. Now, I'm going to share all of this in greater detail in the coming slides, but also would like to add that this 80% strong focus on domain discipline is actually very immersive, hands-on learning for the domain that you have chosen. We have cutting-edge labs, technologies, masterclasses, industry, internship, et al., to give you that clear domain-specific knowledge. And of course, we have interdisciplinary electives, disciplinary electives, ability enhancement courses, and a common core, which is very, very important part of a design domain. If you, as a designer, the common core really helps you develop your orientation in all the other spheres of the design space. Of course, the Pearl Advantage, and I know my team here calls it the Pearl Advantage. I feel it is the basic things that we provide at Pearl, which enables each student to be a complete creative professional. The first thing that I would like to talk about is the global immersion. Now, at Pearl, and we're the only institute, which provides a 2-week global immersion for all bachelor students, whether it's a BDes or an MDes. And this is not just going to London, which is where the exposure is happening, but it gives an entire cultural exposure. This is also certified by premium universities in London. There'll be workshops which are domain specific. There'll be real-time industry experience. So it's a very holistic exposure. And if you are in the design domain, this international exposure gives you a cutting edge over all the other people who are part of the design domain. Technology, like I said, which comprises 10% of the curriculum, of the entire curriculum, is credit-based. And here I would like to share that at Pearl, 35% of our curriculum is technology-driven, out of which 25% is domain-specific, which means that if you are in any discipline, for example, Close 3D for fashion, and Adobe Suite is there given to all our students. So depending upon whichever domain you join, 25% you have technology, which is that domain specific, and 10% technology is all pervasive. So 10% technology, which is the technology for tomorrow, runs through all the departments and domains, whether it's BDes or MDes. So that is an advantage that you get. School for Life is something that I personally feel very strongly about. There's been a lot of disruption post-COVID. And there are basic things, that the youth of today, or Gen Z, as we call them, is struggling with. The School for Life builds in them very important skills, which will not just make them a complete creative professional, but a complete individual. Things like emotional intelligence, presentation skills, the art of communicating, analytical and problem-solving skills, and a very important thing which is required by everybody, financial acumen. So all these are built in our School for Life. They're interesting technology that we use here to ensure that all our students learn. We also conduct an initial kind of a test for each student to understand their strengths and the things that we need to work on. So it's a very holistic life skill development that we give to each student, which is based on the skills that each student requires. Startup support, of course, it's our incubator runway. It is essentially be there with Pearl, and I would like to talk about it more in the coming slides. But we really feel that startup, which is a curriculum that runs across all domains, is very, very important because it's not just. And I'm sure some parents would be wondering that my child doesn't want to be an entrepreneur. I understand that not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, but if you're trained in entrepreneurship, believe you and me, whichever industry you join, they respect you that much more because you have the design thinking abilities. You think like you're part of the industry or whichever domain you're in, and it sets you a cut above the rest in terms of your peers and other people who are your colleagues. So just quickly talking about, I have discussed this in brief with all of you. As I said, that this global immersion is for BDes and BBA students. In case the post-graduation students want to join, they can join. But for the BDES and the BBA, it's inbuilt into the curriculum. It is funded by us at Pearl Academy. It's an exclusive immersion which has been exclusively designed for us, and it is domain specific. So, for example, a communication design student will get relevant exposure from that industry. A fashion design or a styling student will get an exposure to London Fashion Week. A product design student will be getting exposure from that particular industry. There are master classes, and there is a certification from a premium university in London. All this embedded in the curriculum. And one interesting thing regarding the global, which has been the base at Pearl Academy, is the fact, we have a legacy of 31 years. In all those 31 years, Pearl Academy has been global. And year on year, we keep strengthening our global exposure for the students. So along with this curriculum, the immersion that I talked about, which is embedded in the curriculum, we also have a very interesting thing that's coming up in the coming season of London Fashion Week, which is a Pearl Alumni Edition. So London, our alumni will be showcasing at the London Fashion Week from in the week that is 13th to 13th to 20th September. This is all the alumni will be from fashion design, fashion styling, fashion communication. And the interesting piece is that the fashion design students, while they are displaying their creative garments, the styling students will be curating the show, the communication students will lead the photography and the shoot for the show. So there's something in it for everyone. And we're very proud that Pearl Academy will be at London Fashion Week with its alumni in the coming season. Of course, like I said, the global has always been a pillar. So we have other immersions which are open to all students. Therefore, and if you see the cities, London, Milan, Paris, New York, they are the capital, design capital and fashion capital of the entire world. And our students go on these interesting, immersive trips. We call it international exposure, which gives them professional insight, cultural enhancement, creative expression, and personal growth. This particular international experience is open to all students. You can reach out and we'll give you the details. This has been very, very interesting. I think the past 1 year, more than 800 to 900 students have been to different cities and have really come back with a lot of knowledge, a lot of exposure, and a lot of upbeat spirit, enabling them to be more confident about the domain they are in and what they can do with it. Moving on, I would like to talk about technology. Like I've already said, this is what the 35% I've already mentioned. And then this is how the technology, the 10% technology looks like and how it's split into year on year. And you can see it builds upon each other and it's very progressive. So once you pass out, and one thing, dear parents, that you're around here, I would like to stress that we're not just teaching about AI. AI is there. It's become a reality. We don't have to teach or not teach. All our kids are using AI. What we need to tell them is how to use it relevant to their domain and how to be ethical about it. Of course, as you can see, we have fantastic softwares and a lot of industry coming in to be part of the technology pillar as well. Of course, we believe in empowering all our students with life skills. I've spoken about this, so I think we can move on to the next particular Pearl advantage. Now, if you can see, I talked about Runway, which is your startup. Now, the startup at Pearl, we've already supported 80 plus startups. We funded more than 16 of them. And I'm very, very proud to share that in the very recent past couple of months, Charlie, if you can move to the next slide, 3 of our alumni and students have got very interesting funding at the Shark Tank. So as you can see, fantastic figures, funding of 1 crore, 50 lakhs, 80 lakhs, and different domain departments. There's fashion retail, there's fashion design. So you can see students from different, and this is very, very recent. A lot of our students are entrepreneurs and they've been funded or they've started themselves, but they're very, very successful. Moving on to an important aspect which comes to everybody's mind, including me as a parent, when you enroll a child somewhere, what is it that we do for our placement? Of course, it is the important thing. What are you enrolling your child for BDES or MDES or BP or MBA? Eventually, you want your child to do something constructive. So as you can see, At Pearl Academy, we're very proud that we're the only academy which offers lifetime placement support to all our students who become alumni. This placement support, along with the integration with School for Life, starts at level 1 for each student. So we test the students' abilities, we guide them, we see which domain that they want to really apply for a job, or are they more inclined towards startup, whatever it is that they are looking at. And based on that assessment, we provide the CRE department and the School for Life builds on each student year on year. And that, so as I said, it's lifetime. When I say lifetime, it's for each student. It starts from the time they walk into the academy, and once they walk out and they become alumni. The interesting piece is when I say lifetime support, is that if a student after 10 years wants, suppose I'm a communication designer and I want to move into the fashion communication industry or a design, any other design domain, I just have to come back to my school. The school, Pearl Academy, will kind of give you tips on whatever latest is happening that in that particular domain that you want to move to, and guide you and support you in moving to that other domain. So that is where your lifetime support becomes very relevant. And of course, we have 99% placement. I mean, it's there in the public domain for all of you to see that each department that a child chooses, whether it's fashion, it's business, it's interior, we have premium industry, which is recruiting from us. Product, like you can see. So it's all the best industries that come to us, recruit our students, and we train them to work in these industries. And I've already talked about the entrepreneurship bit with you. And yes, the important thing is that Pearl Academy students are also eligible for international progression, because our credits, the credits that we have at Pearl Academy, are recognized by premium universities abroad. So a student who's done a diploma, the UG diploma, can move on to a university in London or Canada or Australia now. And there's a premium universities, and do 1 year with them and get a degree. A student who's done a 3 or a 4-year diploma at Pearl, and 3 year in case of business, is eligible for master's progression in premium universities as well. So those are the 3 options that are available to each student, and we assist you and support you every step of the day. So like you can see, for our other vertical, communication, design, filmmaking, gaming, relevant industry coming to hire from us. This is our central advisory board. This deck will be shared by each one of you, so you can take a look. There's some very premium people from each industry domain advising us on what we need to do to take Pearl Academy to the next level. And this advice is not just for the academy, it is also about student experience, student enhancement in terms of their exposure, and of course, our pedagogy and everything that is related to running a fantastic academy. So we have some very good people who give us their advice, and we implement their advice in the interest of our students, our faculties, and our teams. Alumni. So I don't know, somewhere I feel that all our alumni are star alumni, whichever domain they are in, but here are a few of the names that are listed. And there are many, many, many more. So I find this process a little difficult, and the slide a little difficult to document and talk about. For me, each alumni is a star. And I think there are a couple of slides that have been put together by the team. So you can see that every domain, business, fashion, communication, product, we have an alumni doing us proud in different places, fashion design as well. So it's just something that is a matter of strength for Pearl Academy. 31 years of legacy in the design domain. Our alumni are at some very, very premium places across different industries. And it's a very interesting thing, because these alumni come back to us, to our students. We do alumni mentorship. It's also embedded in the curriculum, the alumni mentorship piece. So these people who really made a mark for themselves in the world also come back to mentor our students and my dear parents, your words. So it's a very good exposure that each student gets at Pearl Academy, the mentorship from the alumni. Okay, so we see interior design and we see different domains. So being an academy which is always progressive and abreast of time, and as I say that if we say technology for tomorrow, I say we are an academy for tomorrow. So we have this property, What's Next, which is our thought leadership initiative. We recently concluded one at Bangalore in February. We had some very interesting people from different genres of the industry who came, who deliberated, discussed, and now we are publishing a book around this. We want to be in every domain, and we encourage our students to know about these things. What is it to be a thought leader? What is it to be a brand leader? And what is it to be a leader for tomorrow? This is portfolio. Now, portfolio is an event, which showcases the best of Pearl. So this is where, it's a graduation show for my students, but also the foundation students also showcase my level 1, level 2, so the best of the Pearl is showcased to industry, to professionals, to, your peers, my dear parents. This is also showcased for all of you. And of course, we invite very important people so that they know that, the student of, and, basically it's a matter of great pride for a student of Pearl Academy to actually have, ministers, premium industry leaders, top-notch people to come and see what they have done. So that's some glimpse of the portfolio. Each campus has a portfolio. In fact, I would like to share that in the month of May, we have 5 portfolios coming up at our different campuses. All in the month of May. Jaipur is on the 3rd, Delhi is on 8th and 9th, Bangalore is on 17th, Bombay is on 24th. Whichever part of the country you are in, please find time to visit. It's actually a very good opportunity to interact with the students, see the best of Pearl, and have your questions answered, if any. Right, so I think with that, I come to the end of this presentation. Like Soma said, there will be some question answer sessions. Post this, I would move on, and I would like to take this opportunity here to introduce my deans. I have a great team of deans, associate deans, campus heads, and it's a fantastic team. And we all work together as one Pearl to give a fantastic, exemplary experience to each of our students. So I would like to start with Arun. He's here in front of me. Arun, if you could say hello, and he'll be talking in a minute. He's a Dean for Product Design and Foundation. And some of you must be wondering why a Dean for Foundation, because we feel that one comes into a design domain, could be coming from any discipline. Foundation is the time, that we really need to nurture them. And we need to ensure that they grow as a beautiful sapling and a planting. So that is why we have a Dean allocated for Foundation. He's also the Dean for Product Design. And Maurizio, who's sitting here in front of me, he's a Dean for the FBI vertical, that is Fashion, Business and Interior. I have CB Kumar, he's the Dean for the PFG vertical, that's Communication Design, Gaming, Filmmaking. I can see Dr. Sayukta Chandaya, she's my Regional Campus Director for the South Zone. Abhishek Sharma, he's the Regional Campus Director for the North Zone. He has 3 campuses with him. That's one in Delhi West, one in Delhi South, and Jaipur. Shehnaz, she's the Regional Campus Director for the West Zone. And then, of course, I have associate deans here with me as well. And Diet here to assist, support you. And I can see Emmanuel, Team for Technology and Innovation, and he'll be along with Soma, will be taking you through the pro tips. Now, I would like to, Ravi Mukashi, he's Dean Emeritus for Product Design. Ravi, I'll have to say hello on the screen. But I think I will leave it open since I see CB on the screen. Maybe CB, you go first and introduce yourself to my dear parents and students.
Hi, my name is C.V. Arun Kumar. I'm Dean for Communication Design, Film and Gaming. I have over 25 years of experience working in the broadcast industry and 15 years in the AVGC industry, teaching students communication, filmmaking, game design, and so on and so forth. And we are all here in Pearl Academy to create one of the most forward-looking design curriculums. And I'm hoping that all of you can come and see how excellent this curriculum is. It's absolutely an updated, modern curriculum. With Aditi has already explained that to you. So that's about me. Thank you, Aditi. Over to you.
Thank you, CB. Arun, can you go next, please?
Right. I'm Arun Bhardwaj. I'm an engineer by training, and Before joining Pearl Academy, I spent 32 years in automotive sanitation and other industry. And it's a pleasure to be here. And we have now designed a very exciting new curriculum for product design. And we are looking forward to welcoming you into the department. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arun. Maurizio, can you go next?
Yes, hi guys. I don't know if I'm visible or not, yes, but I can see the back of my face. So is it probably that side? Okay. Here I am. So first of all, it's nice to see so many of you connected today.
Actually, you're not visible, sorry.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
no,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
I was saying, so it's nice to see so many people connected. We have 390, what I can see on the screen. So that's really wow kind of things also for us. I've been working for Pearl Academy for past 7 years. Before Pearl, I've been working in academia and I've been traveling the world. I think what I already mentioned about global is something that we really focus here. And I would like to welcome you all. And I'm sure that we're going to have a great time together once you guys are joining the courses.
Thank you, Maurizio. Sayuta, quick hello from you.
Hi, and good evening, everybody. Great to see all of you out there. I'm the Regional Director of Bangalore and looking forward to welcoming you all on one of our campuses.
Thank you, Sayuta. Shanaz.
Hi, everyone. I'm delighted to introduce myself. I'm the Regional Campus Director for the Mumbai campus, and I'm excited to meet all of you. I'm honored to actually lead the Pearl Mumbai campus. I have 20 years of experience in design, and I'm passionate about it. So I look forward to welcoming all of you on the Mumbai campus.
That's something very relevant that you added, Shanaz. You know, we have a very, very passionate and excited team here at Pearl. Abhishek.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Abhishek Sharma, and I take care of the Delhi West, Delhi South, and Jaipur campuses, along with managing student experience and engagement pan-India. So I look forward to meeting all of you, and I welcome you all for interactions at Pearl Academy campuses.
All right, thank you, everyone. Soma, I think I'll now leave it to you, and we'll come back for questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Aditi ma'am, the deans and the regional campus directors. And now coming over to the very exciting, and I'm sure that all of you want to know how to crack the Pearl exam. How do I make my portfolio? So just stay input and listen to us very carefully. We will give you enough time to ask questions. But now I think Emmanuel and I will take over this session where we are going to talk a lot about the portfolios and the exam patterns with my colleague Madhuchi, who's actually going to even show you how to appear, how does the admit card look, how to appear for the exams. So Emmanuel, of course, has been an academician from almost a decade now, and he has been into product design. So hi, Emmanuel.
Hello there. Pleasure to meet you all. I'm also the Dean for Innovation and Technology at Pearl Academy. I work in the background with all the deans to implement technology. So we will have more time to discuss about myself and your kind of like future here at Pearl. And for now, I'll pass the ball again to Margarita.
It's an amazing journey that you're going to go through. This is just one step, one brick that we are going to lay here today, and a lot coming up with the exams that are going to come over. So let's have the PPT. Now, the PPT that we're going to share has everything that you want to know about the exam, the portfolio. Feel free to take a screenshot of the important details that you think are going to be very relevant to you. See, so can we please have the PPT? All right, so these are the programs that Pearl Academy offers, right from the bachelor's and the master's degree program that we have. You already have gone through these because you filled up the application as per the courses that you want. You've seen the courses that we have offered. So quickly, if anybody wants to take a screenshot, please go ahead and take a screenshot of the programs that are being offered by Pearl Academy. So moving on next. Scholarships. I'm sure everybody wants to know about scholarships. We have already had one round of exams in Jan. This is the second lapse of exam. And our scholarships You don't have to fill up any form, you don't have to try any other way of getting a scholarship. Your written exam and your personal interview are the two criterias that are important and are the qualifying requirements for the scholarship. They are merit-based scholarship. If you qualify, you will be getting scholarships for the first year of your program. Moving on next, please. All right, so now let's discuss a few points. Now, the format, as you know, is going to be it's an online. It'll obviously not have any drawing involved. So the format for business-related courses would be GPT and personal interview. Once again, it's very important that you concentrate and listen to what is being shared here. There are a lot of last-minute confusions just before the exam. Once again, all those who have selected business-related courses, the exam paper is going to be GPT plus personal interview. GPT is going to be 60 questions, 60 minutes. Now, fashion, that is format of fashion, interiors, product design, all these will include general proficiency test and design aptitude test plus personal interview. So there'll be 90 questions, 90 minutes. General proficiency test, GPT plus DAT. So if you have taken courses which are related to fashion, interiors, product and design, then it would be GPT plus DAT plus personal interview. So I hope you are clear on that. If you want to take a screenshot of this slide, please go through and please take a screenshot. Next slide, please. All right, a few very important exam updates. All of you have selected your written exam dates and your personal interview dates. The dates, as you know, 23rd, 24th, your admit card would be sent to you on 22nd for the written exam and on 26th for the personal interview. For all exam-related queries, this is the link that is there already been shared with you. Also, Pearl entrance exam would be conducted online. We wanted to have it offline, but due to Lok Sabha elections, we are doing it online. There'll be no negative marking. Please visit our website to download your admit card. It will also be sent to your registered email address. Personal interviews would be conducted. The dates are wrong here. The personal interviews would be conducted on 27th, 29th, and 30th. Please note the dates, 27th, 29th, and 30th. That also you have already selected. So you're going to get your admit card as per the selection of your dates. Moving on next, please. Now I would invite my colleague Madhushri to take us for the most important 3 slides, and please make sure that you listen very carefully. These are very important when you're going to attempt the exam. Over to you, Madhushri.
Thank you, Soma. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Great, thank you. Good evening, dear students. My name is Madhushri, your career advisor at Pearl Academy. Today, I'm here to delve into a few essential aspects of upcoming entrance examination. I will help you understand the admit card contents and the login process surrounding entrance examination so that you have a seamless experience on the day of the main exam. Now, here we have put together a list which talks about the common questions students come to us on the exam day. The following information is already available, printed on your admit card: the exam link, your pass key, applicant date of birth, and your application ID. This is essentially what is required for you to log in to the entrance examination. In case you're unable to log in and start the exam, kindly try the following steps. Clear the Google Chrome cache files, restart your laptop, and retry the process after 15 minutes. Please note that you can log in anytime between the exam window. Your time will start from the time you log in. Let's say if the login window is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., you can choose to log in anywhere during this window. Kindly provide the camera and mic access through your Google Chrome settings. Please do not use iPhones, iPad as they're not supported. For Mac users, We recommend you use updated Google Chrome browser only, as Safari will not work. Please try to arrange for an Android or a Windows device to have a seamless experience on the day of the examination. Now, I will go ahead and share a sample admit card with you. Please make sure you double check all the contents of your admit card to avoid any discrepancy that could lead to unnecessary stress on the day of the examination. Team, can you please stop sharing the screen so that I can go ahead and share mine? I hope my screen is visible to you.
Yes.
Okay, so you can see a sample of the admit card here. That's what your admit card will look like. Your name, application form number, which is also your Pearl application ID, will be clearly mentioned. And below you will have the exam date with the exam link. Please note that you have to copy paste the link for the date that you have chosen for your exam and open it on Google Chrome browser. So once you have your application ID, you can use the same which is mentioned in your admit card on the day of the examination. After putting all the details, which is mentioned in your respective admit card, you can click on Start Assessment. Once you start the exam, you have to agree to the setting because this is a proctored examination. You have to give permission to camera and mic settings, and then you can click on Start Now. Please allow the webcam to take the picture. Then you may proceed. For the examination to continue, you have to enable full screen. You will see a list of questions in front of you, MCQ based. You have to opt. Once you're done with the paper, you can click on the submit button on bottom left. You can also see the number of questions you have attempted on top left. Please note there is no negative marking here. You can go ahead and submit your assessments once you complete the test. On the website, you will be able to see the exam process and guidelines. Please go through it very carefully. We have also uploaded the sample papers. For all the design aspirants, please go through the GPT and DAT sample paper. You also have the demo exam link right below that. You can open this link to access the demo test. Please note that we have put 3 passkeys for the demo test on the website, which you are expected to use. Each passkey can be used once only. Below this, we have another paper for GPT for the business students of 60 minutes and the demo test for the business students along with the passkeys. Thank you for your attention. All the best for your journey towards your dream course. Stay focused, stay determined, and success will surely follow. Soma, thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Madhu. And I hope all the students have very keenly understood all these things. You've concentrated and understood how the paper would be, how the the admit card would look like. If you want to, once again, can we just go back to the slide of the commonly made mistakes? I would want you to please take a screenshot of this so that you don't make these mistakes. And before you take you start the exam, please stay calm. It's your confidence level that is going to actually win half the war. Most of the time we get calls because people are panicking. Please don't do that. It's a very easy thing. The way we have explained, just follow that. So moving on next, please go over to the portfolios. All right. Now, as you know, the entrance dates already. Now, let us discuss on the portfolios. So, how to make your portfolio. Now, everyone, we have been getting a lot of the campus senior counselors have been getting a lot of calls on, ma'am, what should I do with my portfolio? Just to, make sure that, ma'am, do the business people, those who have taken the business course, do they need a portfolio? Will the fashion design people need a portfolio related to the fashion designing course? So to answer all those questions and clear your doubts, this is very important. Please listen us out and then you can ask your questions. I'm sure by the end of this session of how to make your portfolio and how to crack the Pearl exam questions, you will be with minimum questions. So moving on, what all you can include in a portfolio. So Emmanuel, you want to share some views on this?
As you can see the slide, there's several points there that you can include observational drawings, material explorations, photography, process drawing sheets, storytelling. Storytelling is write-ups that you do, community projects that you make with friends, family, and others. Makeup and hair, because we have a course for that purpose, and photojournalism. Not only that, these points, but all the things that you've been doing, and I've been sharing with you some of the things that I've been doing in the past years, and updating my portfolio on Behance, because it's one of the main things that we normally give to the students, and say that Behance is a massive infrastructure that you can promote your work for free. We also work with Adobe. All our students, when they enter, they have Adobe Cloud for everything. I shared some of the write-ups that I do on Medium. This is a great platform that you can write up and you can show us to all the deans of your verticals that you are applying. And not only that, I have my Instagram. And if you go and look at my Instagram, I share all my artwork there. It's up to you to share the best work. Don't share everything, because you have a limited time with us. Bring the best of the work that you have. In my and as I said, it can be a text, can be a write-up that you do. It can be content that you've been creating for other individuals on the market that it's out there, because I know that some of you work as freelancers in some platforms at a younger age. That it's amazing. You should share that. And
They can, yeah.
yeah,
Actually,
and
okay, so
be
to put
creative.
in
Be
a,
creative.
just to, wrap up in a, in just a few words or probably sentences, portfolio doesn't have to be your course specific. If you have a poem, you have a dance video, you have an embroidery, you have an artwork, which you have not made now, but probably in your class 12, some project, anything that shows your talent is your portfolio. So please don't feel that if you don't have a portfolio, I'm sure you have some talent. You have a writing work, you have a dancing video, you have a poem that you've written, you have an Insta handle. You can produce anything at that time, which is your original work. And make sure that, the panelists who are going to see your work, they already know if it's you, because when you talk about your work, you'll be able to explain it better. But if it is not your work, the panelists would know. So please make sure that is your original work. The chat box is now open for all the students. I'm taking in questions from there also. But as I said, most of the questions are, can I use my artwork? Yes, you can. If you're a very good photographer, you have an eye for a camera, you can definitely use your, best, probably 3, 4. Now you have to stick to 4 to 5 of your best work, because the interview is going to be just for 15-20 minutes. It's not going to allow you so much of time. You can show that in form of a PPT or a PDF form. Once the interview is on, you can request the panelist to give you the sharing rights, and then you can share your work. So you can prepare your portfolio, what you have, collect them, and make a folder and put it on your laptop that you're going to attend the interview on. So moving on to the next slide, please. Okay, very quickly, Emmanuel, if you can also, you just mentioned Behance, but just probably a quickly. word on this?
Dribble is also a platform more driven to UI UX. There's several other products that are presented as portfolios from everywhere in the world. Behance, for me, it's one of the ones that I've been joining for a decade or more. I've been building my portfolio there. You should be highly selective of what you are doing. If you select Behance, stick with it and stay with it. Don't bounce in between platforms because that it's a no-no. And I believe that you can bring digital because there's a lot of questions coming up. Should we deliver physical? Should we deliver digital? You can deliver both. You can come with your own drawings on paper. You can bring the digital and show it on an iPad, on a phone, etc. So that we are open to all forms of artwork, all forms of communication in terms of digital work and even
Yes.
printed work. So
And I think
don't,
that is being asked also over here, Emmanuel,
yeah,
that if they can
there's a
show
lot.
their physical work, both digital and physical, yes. And we will be given, will we be given the rights to share? Of course, that's what I just
Yeah.
said.
Yeah,
While your interview is on.
PDF can be delivered.
Yeah.
Negative marking for GPT, that part it's not
No,
for
there is no negative
answer.
marking.
There's no negative marking. One of the things some people are asking for portfolios of our students. Our students are all over the internet. Many of them have businesses, they have websites, they have e-commerces. Some of them are very famous. Said that, you can see marvelous work among the students that are prime, that they are dedicated to Pearl Academy and to their own art and to their work that they do for not only for them and also for the academy. That said, you can find them all over the internet, on Instagram and so on. We may provide you and the team of Soma and all of the counselors will be there. If you want to see any work, you are most welcome to come to Pearl Academy at any campus. We will show you the things that our students are making. So
I think that is one thing that they should do. That is one thing they should do after the exam. That once your exam is over, please come to Pearl Academy, see the labs, see the student work, meet the faculties. You will come to know more than what you're asking for right now.
And
So,
bring your parents. Bring
yes.
your parents because it's very important that your parents also know the level and the benchmark of work that we do at Pearl Academy. Okay.
Yeah, so do business related courses need portfolio? No, we don't need a portfolio.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can share your ideas. And as I said, somebody is asking the physical work how. Please take a picture, enhance it, save it on your phone, save it on your laptop, and please share that picture. Obviously, both the written exam and the personal interview is online. So you will have a lot of opportunity to save your work on the laptop and show it. Now, moving on to the next slide, please.
Even if you don't have something to show, don't be worried, don't be nervous. Do you know, because we have a foundation, and prior to Arun, I was the Dean of Foundation. We teach you everything, how to draw, how to make your own portfolio, how to be driven to your course that you selected, your vertical. So don't be worried because some of you come very nervous. We are very chilled and cool persons at Pearl Academy, very young, and we are there to attend you and to have a talk and a marvelous talk. It's better to know the students than and if you don't have nothing, don't worry because it's always good to show something, but it's better to know the person and what you will what you will become at Pearl Academy. We will transform you and we will make you a brilliant professional. Okay.
We are answering all the questions. The senior counselors are also answering the questions on Q&A and chat. I would request the senior counselors to also share the numbers of the campus-wise counselors so that all of you are assigned a counselor. You must have got a call or at least a WhatsApp message. Please make sure that you connect for more. There will be no drawing and sketching test. No, there will be no drawing since this is an online test. There'll be no drawing. It will be the GPT plus DAT questions for fashion, design related courses, and for business, it will be just GPT. This question is coming up again. I'm not very sure if these students joined late. For any business courses, portfolio is not required. And this is only GPT plus personal interview. And for design or fashion related courses, it will be GPT plus DAT plus personal interview, all online. Portfolio, how will the portfolio be submitted? Once again, I'm repeating that
Yes.
once the interview is done, we have been repeating this.
Yes.
Once you're in the interview, the panel will give you the sharing rights. You can share your work, which you are going to put on a folder of your
Yes.
laptop. Yes. So also to mention, there is a degree question. Aditi ma'am, are you here?
Is that okay to submit only?
Okay. So yes, Pearl Academy is offering degrees, the Indian degrees through Rajiv Gandhi National
I'm
Institute
here.
of
I'm
Development.
very much here.
Okay,
Yeah,
ma'am.
no,
So there are
perfect.
degree questions.
Okay.
Over to you, ma'am.
Yes. What are the questions? If somebody can help me with that.
The question is all Pearl Academy offering degrees, ma'am, from this year on.
Yes, Pearl Academy has tied up with RGNI-YD, which is an institute of national importance, like the IITs and the IIMs. As for that tie-up, there will be BDes and MDes degrees for all students who join Pearl Academy in 2024, and BBA and MBA as well. So all our courses are now validated and institutionalized with BDes, MDes, BBA, and MBA degrees. And the best part is that all the institutes, all the campuses across the country, that's all 5 campuses, are offering this degree. So there's parity of curriculum and the way we run the institute. And the students from one campus could move to another campus for electives and for anything else that they desire. So that brings about a more holistic learning amongst all the students. Is there any other questions, Soma, on the degree?
There's
No,
a
ma'am. Thank you.
question. There's a question here, but it's not for the degree. There's a
Yeah.
person that is asking that he already completed the bachelor. Do I need to build another portfolio for masters? No, you don't. The bachelor's portfolio for your ending of bachelor's is enough for you to enroll yourself on masters. So you do not have the need to build another portfolio just for the masters. So that it's not a
Aditi
problem.
ma'am, there is a question around degrees asking, Arya Panvar is asking, government verified, are these government verified degrees?
Well,
Yes.
just like I shared earlier, that these degrees are coming from an institute of national importance, like the IITs and the IIMs, and they come under the Ministry MYOS, and they've been set up by an Act of Parliament. So, of course, any degree that's coming in is a government ratified degree or it's offered by a government. So, if you can
Okay,
go to the-
moving up. Thank you so much, Aditi ma'am. And moving a little
Thank
bit
you.
on the course side, there is a question: what is the difference between communication design and fashion communication? So,
probably, would you like to take that, or CB, any one
Yeah.
of the teams?
I think CP, you do the communication design part and I do the fashion communication.
Yes.
Okay, maybe you can start.
Okay, I'll start with fashion communication. So basically, fashion communication, guys, is let's say the last leg of the entire process of what the fashion designer do. So we start with the fashion designer, which is the person who design a garment. Then we move to the fashion styling, which is the person who actually make sure that that garment, if somebody has to mute, maybe you are
CB, you want to mute, please?
then
You
we
need to meet
fashion
CV.
stylist, which is the person who actually style the collection in order for that collection to arrive to a ramp and then the foreign magazine or website and so on and so forth. And the fashion communication basically is the person who communicates through different media. For example, could be an editorial media, could be fashion films, videos, and things like that, that they give an entire communication around what the collection of that specific designer was. So for example, if you take on your hand a magazine, like for example, Vogue, the picture that you see that is done by the fashion stylist, the article around it is done by the fashion communication student. In our case, fashion communication students, they're also taking care of designing the website, which goes very close to what communication design do. But again, only within the fashion sphere. We don't communicate, we don't do communication for disciplines or subjects which are not fashion related in fashion communication. I hope that is clear my part of the answer. CB, over to you for the communication design part.
Yeah, hi. Communication design is essentially today, if you are in any field, everything, whether it's corporate, whether it's information, whether it's news, everything is about communicating. And what happens with communication design is that this is where all the tools that you can use today, like graphic design, interaction, UI, UX, you have animation, visual effects, game design, all of this comes together to be able to give a better message to people. So that's what communication design is all about. If you're using a cell phone, you're using what you learn in communication design to be able to give a user experience to the user using a phone. If you're driving a car, what happens is that the interface now you have, the modern interface, that is purely a communication design thing, user interface. If you're using Netflix, you will realize you are selecting which film to use. That's communication design. So communication design is the interface that lets you make all human communication better. And this is unlike it's not just about fashion, could be about anything. So mostly communication design is about how we talk with websites, how we deal with interactive communication, how we do corporate communication, ads, films, and so on. All of it has if you see any TV serial at the beginning, you will see some motion graphics happening. That's part of communication design. If you see any James Bond opening sequence where Bond comes and shoots the thing, that's communication design. So all elements where data and knowledge is put together in a visual form, that's what we call communication design.
Thank you so much, Maurizio, and thank you so much.
So can I add something?
Sure,
As
sure.
part of our pedagogy, it's very interesting to note that all our courses have minors and electives. So, for example, if I've chosen communication design and I'm still interested in fashion communication, it could be an elective that I choose, and then I also need to know about the other design domain. So Pearl Academy essentially, offers very interesting courses. There's fashion communication, there's fashion styling, there's communication design, and sometimes the students are confused as to which one to opt for. So it really helps to know, that even if I've chosen fashion styling, I get to do some stuff with communication design as well, which is credit bearing and credit based. That is the important thing. It's not just I'm just doing an elective in communication design. I also get credits for it. It's there in my transcript. So if I want to move into the domain or industry anytime, I can show that in my transcript that I've done this as well. So that is the important thing that Pearl Academy provides, because we have design domains which are exclusive, and at the same time, they run through each other. They flow into each other as well.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll come back to you, Aditi ma'am, with another question. But since we're already discussing courses, I would take up one more question, which is related to interior designing. This is from Mahi Thakur. Please tell about Masters in Interior Design portfolio. Like, how many projects should I put in there? So basically, she's asking about interior designing.
Shall I take this
It's
one?
not about quantity, it's about quality. You can bring one only work, but really good work, and that is enough, because we as professionals will know how to evaluate your capabilities only from one artwork, like the one in the back of Soma. I'm just saying that because it's also mine.
So, okay. So now, I hope, Mahi, you're now clear with that. Moving on to the business courses, I would there are questions related to what is global luxury brand management and what is the difference between GLBM and FLBM, fashion lifestyle business management, and global luxury brand management.
Okay, so I'll take that, Soma. So basically, guys, as the name suggests, the luxury one only focus on the luxury part. And when we say global luxury, we need to say that it includes the Indian luxury as well as global luxury. Like, for example, brands like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Armani, and so on and so forth. We're also covering luxury cars as part of the program. So basically, it is all about the luxury experience that this brand have been offering to the world, and it's a management course. When it comes to fashion and lifestyle business management, again, it's a business-related course, but it's a creative part of the business. So you're not going to study with us business as if you would study in a business school, but you would study business related to a specific segment. And in the case of lifestyle business management, we look at all the things that are around the lifestyle of a specific target group, which could or could not include the luxury segment as well.
Yeah, thank you so much over there now. Moving on to another 2-3 questions based on product design. Ravi sir or Arun sir, whoever can answer about what product design course is all about in Pearl Academy.
Product design course in Pearl Academy is what we call a very hands-on and a minds-on program. This program actually lays down a very good foundation for any student who wants to explore a career in product design. We cover a wide range of products and product capabilities. We also include system design and service design as a part of the complete design offering. So it's a pretty comprehensive program and a very hands-on program which full of projects that students will be doing by themselves.
Great. Ravi sir, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I mean, the spectrum in product design is so wide. It could be consumer durables, it could be digital products, it could be medical products. In most of these, since technology is involved, digital technology is involved, interaction design and user experience becomes an integral part of the study. And in today's time, sustainability is one more very important parameter which the product design program also gives you inputs in. And so it's kind of a very interesting balance of absolutely current issues which are being addressed in the manufacturing sector that the product design program is going to give you inputs in. And based on that, you're going to be a very broad-based person as a designer, but focused on product design per se. So product design is very broad-based in that sense. It covers a lot of ground.
Thank you so much, Ravi sir.
Ravi, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were on the call. Just would like to tell everybody that Ravi is our Dean Emeritus for Product Design. Ravi, thank you for joining. And
Not at all,
he and
Aditi.
Arun have developed a great curriculum for all the prospective product design students.
Not at all.
Now, thank you, Ravi sir. Thank you, Aditi ma'am. And moving on to a little bit on fashion styling and image designing. There's a question, ma'am, I have some good makeup skills, so I have to take photos for the makeup look and then convert in PDF or PPT form. I think she's asking about portfolios, if she needs to, take some photos because she's into makeup.
So Shalini will take that question, Soma, please.
Yeah.
Hi, who is the question from, Soma? Anyway, so I'll just tell you in general, for fashion styling, it's great that you have makeup skills. It's a great skill to have. And you can show us images. You don't have to convert them to a PDF. You can put them in a Canva presentation. You can put them in a PowerPoint presentation. So it doesn't matter the medium. I think it's important for us to see the skill that you're trying to show us, which is your makeup skills. So you can put them in any format. And it will be great for you to kind of also plan how you photograph these images of your makeup so that some amount of composition skills and things are also visible in that. Because if you're creative in all domains.
Okay, thank you so
well,
much.
I want to add something here, guys. The fashion styling course, I think that part needs to be specified. It is not an hair and makeup course. So, of course, if you do have that skill, it's nice to see it. But as well as that, we would like to see also how you see the world around you. That is what the most important part of building a portfolio for a creative career is. At the end of the day, we want to see that if you take a photograph of for example, a model standing or one of your friends standing in front of a building, we really want to see which angle you click, because then we're going to ask you, why did you click this picture in under certain specific circumstances, which could be the weather, the light, and so on and so forth. So don't confuse between makeup artist and a fashion stylist. The fashion stylist is the guy who eventually will guide the makeup artist on what sort of look to create to complete the overall picture that you're going to generate. I think that is very important for everybody who want to join fashion styling, because especially me, I think maybe you want to add something on that, the kind of jobs that our alumni are doing in fashion styling.
Yeah, so
Yes,
fashion styling is very, it's now a very job role where you have designers who require stylists for their fashion shows and their lookbooks. You have, a lot of the sort of film industry, which requires stylists and costume designers for web series and films. You also have a lot of HNIs, high net worth individuals who require image consultants. So it's actually really vast. Of course, ad films, magazines. So they're styling across the board, and which is why our styling course actually covers all of these domains in a lot of depth, and you require a lot of skills by the time you finish this course so that you can really hit the ground running. There are just so many opportunities that you don't have the time to learn on the job. You just need to start working. So we also infuse a lot of industry projects, live projects, so that you already have experience in the industry when you start working.
Since we're in
Yeah.
portfolios, I see another question. It says, is there something different that we should include in fashion design portfolio? So since it's a takeoff from the styling,
I got it. So I think, again, as I said, what we're looking at is through the portfolio, we try to understand who you potentially could be as a designer. And that give us a go ahead whether or not you fit for our institute. In the sense that we're looking for people who really thinks differently, and we're looking for people who have some kind of point of view. Now, however you want to show that you're different than the mass, and however you want to show that you do have a strong point of view around anything around the world, could be the latest Chandrayaan in the moon, could be something that is happening in the morning, could be you just pick up a story and narrate that story through visuals. Of course, if it's towards fashion, maybe the story would be nice if it talks about clothes, but doesn't mean that if I click a picture of the nature, it does not mean that I cannot use that for fashion. Because eventually, in any design career, guys, you can be inspired by anything, anytime, anywhere. So we really want to see what I normally say, we really want to see how you portray in a picture what you love.
Great. Thank you so much. Now, Aditi ma'am, over to you now. A generic question, which is, I'm sure regarding all the courses, is about, will there be internships?
Yes, we have mandatory internships, which are credit bearing as well. They come in level 2 of each course. So internship, and it's not just about internship, it's the entire interface that we have in our pedagogy at Pearl. So the industry interface, industry interaction is very, very important, and it brings in the hands-on perspective to each course. So to answer your question once again, yes, credit-based mandatory internship level 2.
Great. Thank you so much, ma'am. And another question which came up is, can you please explain more on the international diploma for the UG?
Okay, so from that question, as I understand correctly, it is the progression model is that the student is asking or the parent is asking. So Pearl Academy, even prior to our tie-up with RGNIYD, we were doing 4 years UG and 2 years PG program. So as per that, our own diploma, that is the Pearl Academy diploma, was credit bearing, and the credits were recognized by premium universities abroad. So, for example, if you want to do if you want to do a graduation, you could do your 3 years at Pearl Academy and then go to NTU, do a year there, and get a graduation degree. So that is what I meant by UG International Diploma or Progression. So again, to make it simpler, the credits at Pearl Academy are recognized by universities for progression to give degrees, international degrees.
Great. Thank you so much, ma'am. And one question, CB Arun sir, to you. In UI UX, can UI UX be done with the help of AI or game with the game engine? Can I please have a gaming engine name, for example?
Okay, let's look at the question in two parts. It's got UI and UX. See, the user experience part is it's quite agnostic from a whole lot of all these things. When it comes to user interface design uses all kinds of tools, whether you go from tools like Figma, or you go to even even doing it on simple stuff like Photoshop. There's a lot of tools you can use it. in. When it comes to game design, basically a lot of user interface design is today being done using Unreal Engine and Unity. These are the two big engines that are in use, game engines that are in use, and we teach them within the course in Pearl Academy. So if you want to develop user interface elements, and these elements are not, like I said, not just used in game design, they're used for developing user interfaces for cars, they're used for developing user interfaces for aeroplanes, for military systems. All these tools, the user interfaces use game engines, and for websites and all, you have different tools. So all these tools will be teaching in user interface design. So yes, game engine is a part of user interface design in our
Thank
course.
you. Thank you so much.
So I can see many questions around scholarship. If you could just elaborate a little bit upon that.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Any student who has filled up the form and is attending the examination is eligible to try the scholarship, which is up to 100% merit scholarship. The written exam and the personal interview are the only two criterias that will evaluate you, and if you get scholarship, it will be only on those two criterias. So if you get, it will be mentioned on your offer letter that you have got the scholarship, and it will be calculated very clearly and shown the pre-scholarship and post-scholarship amount, which will be the first semester fee. So yes, everybody is eligible for the scholarship, which are merit scholarships, and the two criteria are your written exam and personal interview. Now, I would
is it applicable for 1 year or all years?
It's applicable only for the first year on the tuition fees. Okay.
Now there is a question that I've been reading. It's on interior design. If Preeta is there.
Hello, I'm there.
Interior design, BDES is what they are talking about. So we talk about what interior architecture design is.
You should have only interior or other.
And about the portfolio, please. What is it that they have to put in the portfolio?
No, I didn't get the question. Is it interior architecture design, BDES program they're talking about, asking is the query about, or the master in interior design?
BDES, interior design, that's on the chat.
Chat me, they were asking about interior design for the master's program. So we have BDES interior architecture design, which is a 4-year program, and which is mostly like, progressive learning, that you start from a smaller unit designing to a multi design thing, and by the 3rd year it is more about the industry exposure. So what exactly is the question? If someone can ask me, I will. Master in interior design. Yeah. So what about in Niyati, you are asking the question, right? You want to know about master in interior design?
So I think what she wants to know is that what all the things that are included in the interior designing masters.
Okay, so interior design masters is like, it is doing with the spatial design. It is about the knowing about the construction detailing about that particular space and executing that project. So you start with a very small scale project that is about, you get about sense about habitat designing, about a residential design. Then you go into the experiential design, which is more to do with retail and restaurants kind of a thing. Then you go into the hotels and the institutional design. And finally, you take up a project that is very close to you and you work on that. And you learn everything about it, about that project, how to execute it, how to style it, how to construct it, how to make the working drawing, how to do the BOQs. All sort of parameters are taught and studied and understood. So you learn from the designing, from conceptualizing to the execution part. And it also includes styling, construction, technical, and the interior spatial designing.
Thank you, Pritha. Thank you for that. Quickly, I want one question over here. Does fashion design include augmented reality?
Yes, all courses, Soma, as part of our technology pillar, all courses have AI and advanced AI, how to use the AI tools and ethics of AI as well. So it's not just for fashion design, it's for all courses.
Yeah, and we don't actually have augmented reality, but there are students which have been using it, and we have some interesting examples of that as happened. Because in the campus, technically is our communication design course, which has AR and VR. But in our case, we do take support from Faculty of Communication Design, and yes, we do help those students who would like to work with both AR and VR. It's not part of the curriculum as such, but as we said, there is an interdisciplinary module that they can take. And for that, I would suggest the students to take an interdisciplinary module in communication design, or elsewhere, for those students who want to work with their final design project. We do collaborate. I mean, me and my colleague on the other side of the screen, CBR, we do share resources. So we do allow students to explore any field or any potential new innovation that could happen in the fashion design department overall. As of now, we do teach the students artificial intelligence, which is what I just mentioned, and we do have students who explore different types of technology. Our labs are very well equipped for that. In fact, probably we are the only institute in the country who has a direct garment printing machine, which is a very interesting one. And me and my colleague Emmanuel on the other side of the screen, we've been exploring also a stole machine, which is like a computerized knitting machine that they use, for example, Nike, Adidas, and things like that. So we do allow the students to explore any non-directly related fashion to the fashion
Any type of
spaces that they want to explore and they want to experiment. Emmanuel, do you want to add something?
Yes, any type of technology that you want to integrate in your final project. And if you really love AR, VR, anything, there will be support from all of us for you to integrate any kind of technology in your project. That it's
Great,
what.
great.
That's
Thank you, Maurizio, and thank you,
There is one question which is relevant to all the participants here. That and I see it on the chat is that can I change my stream? Now, since earlier we had the privilege or the facility or to change the stream till the time we had not gotten into a tie-up with the university and offering a degree. But as far as the degree is concerned, we are governed by the university norms, RGNI by. While I do understand that the students sometimes are undecided about which in, so we have time till August to change their stream. So, for example, if I've taken admission in BDES fashion design and I want to shift to communication design, I have a cutoff till August to do that. And how do we help you as an academy? We invite you to our campus. You can meet our faculties. You can experiment in the labs so that you're very, very sure once you join the course that fashion design or communication design or whatever it is that I'm joining, that is what, or product design, that is what I want to do. And if at all, while you are at Pearl, while you're doing foundation, while you're interacting and meeting with your students, you want to, dirty your hands or explore other domains, you're most welcome to do that, like I told you, through credit-bearing electives. And mine is.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll just take quickly a question on fashion communication. BDES and MDES fashion communication, what all does it involve? Does it have photography? Will it have, social media involvement? So please take up this question on fashion communication.
I think we have Aparna here with us. Maybe Aparna, you want to take it, you, or do you want me to take it? Aparna is the DL for fashion communication.
Yes, and after this, we'll take one last question with Aditi ma'am, and then we'll wrap up.
Aparna, maybe you want to take it. She will give more in detail of what we're going to do throughout the journey.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, lovely question. Thank you. BDES and MDES actually. Sorry. BDES and MDES are both very exhaustive courses. We have a lot of things that we covered, starting from fashion journalism, fashion photography, to fashion styling, visual merchandising. Then we also have fashion events. Somebody also asked a question about set design. We do set design, but in a creative direction way, not in a absolutely films focused on films, but fashion films we do set design. We also have social media, which is a very big part of fashion communication, digital communication in the sphere of fashion. That's also a very big part of it. We have fashion filmmaking, documentary making, as well as fashion PR and fashion and advertising. So these are the major topics that we cover in fashion communication, whether in UG or in PG. If you come for UG, UG is a little more expansive in terms of we also add AR, VR, and UI UX design, augmented reality, virtual reality, and UI UX design for the sphere of creating for fashion brands. We have courses on that too. So
Thank
it's
you
a
so
little
much,
more wide
Aparna.
course.
And this applies for both MDes and BDes, BDes and MDes
Yeah,
both.
yes, it applies for both MDes and BDes. MDes, we don't cover AR, VR so much, but we have focused for our tech pillar. We have augmented AI, which we focus on.
Okay, there's a question which I'll quickly take up by Saloni Agrahari. Ma'am, in PI course, related questions will be asked according to the course. No, so let me just tell you, personal interview is all about what you're interested in and what's your passion. We won't ask you if you know about the course. We are there to start right from the scratch and teach you that from the foundation level. So you will be asked question as to the course that you've taken, why you've taken that, and what's your passion, who do you follow as an inspiration, and where do you see yourself in 5 years' time. So taking up my last question to you, Aditi ma'am, this question is more related to the runway. If I start my own business in future, so will Pearl Academy help me with funds and stuff?
Yeah, so Runway is our incubator at Pearl. We handhold, if your idea is selected, we kind of handhold you through the entire idea. We train you to be an entrepreneur. We provide all support to you. We also fund if it's an interesting project. And more than funding, we also put your idea to a Shark Tank kind of investors. And if they like your idea, then you get the investment and there's no falling back, like I just shared with you. Recently, in the past couple of months, 3 of our alumni have got funding from 50 lakhs to 1 crore plus. So yes, we support you every step of the way for entrepreneurship. And also Start Your Startup is a module which is there, which runs across Pearl, across all curriculums.
Thank you so much, Aditi ma'am. And it has been such a, power-packed session with the deans, with the faculties, and of course, Aditi ma'am and all others. Thank you, students, for being here. One last time, I want to show you the slide which will tell you about the dates. Please make sure that you call your career advisors if you have any other question, and please visit the campus after your exams because you want to know more about the labs and meet the faculty. Please take a screenshot of the entrance exam dates. Your admit cards will be released on 22nd, exam dates 23rd, 24th. You've already chosen the dates for the exam, and the same for personal interview. You've selected the dates. The admit card will be released by 26th. So this is me saying thank you and adios. And thank you everyone for being here. And thank you students for asking such lovely questions for the informative session. Thank you, Aditi ma'am. Thank you, the deans.
Thank you so much. One quick input I wanted to check with you. There are lots of questions that have not been answered. So they will be answered by the counseling team.
Yes.
Who's this, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so
All
much.
these students are already connected with the campus counselors. In fact, we have also sent them a lot of details on WhatsApp. They can connect with the campus counselors to know more.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, parents, students, and Team Pearl. Thank you so much for taking us.
So much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye to all and see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.